Hello boys, welcome to this class, second class. Yesterday we saw the reactions with carbohydrates and I told you about four important reactions. Today we shall see slight changes in the structure, and I can just tell you how to identify glucose from the fructose. So I'm going to share the screen here. The whiteboard that is there. It is Microsoft whiteboard. Yes, it is. There it is. So yesterday it was reactions due to glucose. Today we'll see reactions due to fructose. So the structure of glucose we established was something like this. CH, and we have CH, 4 times. Then we have CH2. Okay, so that was the structure of the glucose, and that had the keto group with an alpha hydrogen atom. Therefore, the keto group with an alpha hydrogen atom, which suggested the presence of the reducing sugar. Now, fructose structurally slightly differs, but this. So you can have the CH2OH, CHOH, CH, 1, 2, CH2, which here. How many carbon atoms? Again, 6 carbon atoms. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So the empirical formula is C6H12O6 for this, and for this also you have C6H12O6. The difference is here you have a keto group there. Here also you have a keto group there. But the main difference lies in this. You have this, we call it as alpha hydrogen. Here you have an entire methanol group present there. The alpha hydrogen, because of this, we call it as the reducing sugar. Remember this point. This is a reducing sugar. This is non-reducing sugar. Non-reducing sugar. The reason is this hydrogen atom is given off for the reaction, and therefore it reduces. Here you don't have that free hydrogen atoms. Therefore it's a non-reducing sugar. So the molecular formula for both is same, C6H12O6. How do you remember this? This has aldehyde group, and this has the keto. What is the main reaction between the aldehyde group and the keto group? If you recall, the keto group is answering the separate test. For example, if this will be answering the Mollis test, Benedict's test, Tollens reagent, Tollens test. Okay, the 4 reactions which we saw yesterday. First one is the reduction, oxidation, and then acetylation, and then reduction with hydrogen iodide, giving rise to N-hexane. All these 4 reactions are similar in this case also. All these 4 reactions are Similar in the case of fructose also. The only difference is it is able to give glycolic acid plus tartaric acid. What is it? This is able to give glycolic acid plus tartaric acid. Glycolic acid and tartaric acid, they have a formula of CH2OH, COOH. I think you know the formula of CH2OH, COOH. This is for glycolic acid. And for tartaric acid, we have COOH, CHOH, twice, and then COOH. Okay. Now, if you look at the number of carbon atoms there, here you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 carbon atoms. How many carbon atoms here? You have 6 carbon atoms. These 6 are given. And what is the reagent that we are using here? HN. Important point. In the presence of concentrated nitric acid, which is a strong oxidizing agent, the fructose tends to give glycolic acid plus tartaric acid with 2 number of carbon atoms and 4 number of carbon atoms respectively, which is not given by glucose. Therefore, this is the test to identify the 2 isomers. What are the isomers? Glucose and fructose. So this is the most basic difference between glucose and fructose. However, I'll just again remind you about the reactions. Fructose on reduction with sodium and amalgam. Fructose on reduction with sodium amalgam gives hexahydric acid. Okay, fructose. This here. CH2OH. Three times CH2. Sodium, mercury is raised to hexahydric acid. Hexahydric acid and sorbitol. I think yesterday we learned about the sorbitol, presence of sorbitol. Sorbitol and mannitol. These are the 2 alcohols derived from glucose and fructose. Again, these are the 2 isomers. How are the isomers formed? The isomers are formed as a result of change in the carbon atom. See, for example, I just told you yesterday, in the case of glucose structure, you had this, and you had this as H and OH, and then you had a later group there. So this carbon atom is called as asymmetric. You exchange this here, and this comes here, it becomes another isomer. Okay, so we had another isomer, and therefore the reactions were simply changing. Hexahydric acid plus alcohol is the first reaction that is given out by fructose. Now, further reduction with HI and Red T. This is further reduction with hydrogen iodide and phosphorus. You have to remember this reagent, hydrogen iodide and phosphorus, gives CH2. The next thing. Look what I told yesterday. 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, and this one is the 6. So This entire thing gives rise to CH3, CH2, CH2. Okay, how many carbon atoms? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What has happened? All the oxygens have been removed. Okay, so this is a reduction reaction. What is the reagent using? Hydrogen iodide and phosphorus is using there, and then this gives rise to hexane. N-hexane is a lengthy compound like this, a long chain, but cyclohexane comes like this. Okay, that is the difference. So this is the second reaction. In the first reaction, what do you have to remember? You have to remember two acid, glycolic acid, tartaric acid. It is glycolic acid is this one and tartaric acid is this one. The first thing you have to write is glycolic acid and tartaric acid to identify or to differentiate glucose from fructose. Clear? And the second reaction, further reduction with hydrogen iodide and phosphorus, gives rise to normal hexane, the long hexane, 6 carbon atoms. Now, this cyclohexane, when this normal hexane suggests, the important point you have to write is it suggests presence of 6 C atoms. This is the last line you have to write. Suggests the presence of this. Okay. So it is clear we have seen two reactions. The third reaction is the same thing as we have seen in the first one. That is the reduction with the hydrogen cyanide. It gives rise to a butyl methyl acetic acid. What is it? The butyl methyl acetic acid means the keto group that is there. I think we have 1, 5, 6, 7. CH2OH, CHOH, 3 times, CH2. How many carbon atoms? 3 carbon atoms, first carbon atom, fourth one, fifth one, sixth one. Okay, 3 plus 1 plus 1. So this is the fructose. This is the fructose. Now you are adding hydrogen cyanide. Okay, yesterday I told you about this. Hydrogen cyanide is used in pharmaceutical industries to convert lower homolog to higher homolog. What is lower homolog? Lower homolog will have 6 carbon atoms. Higher homolog will have 7 carbon atoms. More higher will have 8 carbon atoms. So every time you put cyanide here, hydrolyze here, you get extra carbon atom. Cyanide here, hydrolyze here, you get 8 carbon atom. So in this case, this C double bond O is replaced by, I just write what happens actually here. So here you have CO. This double bond oxygen goes there in the presence of this H plus and Cn minus. Sorry, this is Cn minus. Cn minus attacks here. So you get Cn here and you get minus here. And then you have CH1 3 times. And then you have finally CH2OH. So this is a kind of addition. You can see that this Cn has been added here. Okay. The valency of carbon is maintained. What is the valency of carbon there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Valency of oxygen should be 2, but it is having a negative charge. Therefore, nothing to worry. Now, this upon hydrolysis. Hydrolysis is usually we put an acid plus. So hydrolysis is every time bringing larger molecules into smaller molecules or taking up larger molecules into smaller molecules. So this hydrolysis, it gives a kind of arrangement in the presence of HI plus P and some H2O plus some H. It gives CH3, CH, COH, and then you have CH2 3 times, then you have CH2. So 3 carbon atoms, the CHO is 3 times, right? 3 carbon atoms, 4th carbon atom, 5th carbon atom, 6th carbon atom, 7th carbon atom. How many carbon atoms are there? Carbon atom 1, carbon atom 2, 3, 4, because you have 3, 5, 6, 7. How did you start? You started with 6, ended up with 7. Okay, so this is what we call it as the higher homolog preparation, and that is done by the cyanide reaction. The same reaction is applicable in the case of glucose also. This also gives it, but fructose breaks down and gives rise to glycolic acid and tartaric acid. So there are other tests also, like for example, what you add in the test, one reagent you are adding to give pink color. Test, I can just tell you later. And this on reaction with that is okay. So the configuration of glucose is therefore established as something having which is 6 carbon atoms, and also it forms an oxime. What is an oxime? Oxime is any keto group. If you have, this is a confirmatory test for. Well, if I write like this flower bracket, you have to write all these structure. Okay. இது மட்டும் எழுதணும் அப்படின்னா இங்க எழுதுறேன் நான். இதெல்லாம் வந்து அப்படியே ஃப்ளோர் பிராக்கெட் போட்டிங்கன்னா கெமிஸ்ட்ரியில் என்ன அர்த்தம்னா இங்கே மற்ற குரூப்ஸ் இருக்கு அப்படின்னு அர்த்தம், ரைட்டா? ஸோ வி ரைட் திஸ். ஸோ கீட்டோ குரூப் மட்டும் நாங்கள் ரியாக்ஷன் பார்க்கணும். ஓகே, வி ஹவ் டு சி only the reaction of the keto group. Means, it is oxime means, it forms for example, if we have H2N and H2OH, okay, it reacts with this, you get a double bonded compound like this CN. This particular thing is what you call it as so this particular structure is called as oxime. So you can see what has happened in the mechanism is this double bonded compound has been completely removed. Probably how it removed is, I'll just tell you how it is removed. This hydrogen reacts with this entire part, is gone off as minus H2O. And this nitrogen, therefore, it carries a nucleophile, it attacks there, and it gives a double bond NOH. So you will have valency of 1, 2, 3, 2 groups. This one, and this one. Double bond NOH is maintained, so this is an oxime. So oxime, formation of oxime is an indication of the presence of the keto group there. Okay. So that is the main reaction with for the fructose and glucose. And then what is meant by the configuration? Configuration means, how do you define configuration and conformation? These two are the different things. Configuration, I'll just tell you configuration. What configuration is? Suppose if you have a smartphone is there, okay, smartphone by which you are. I'm just asking what is the configuration is. You start with the Snapdragon processor. Okay, then you tell me about the RAM, how much amount of RAM is there. You tell me about the camera, like for example IP sensor, Sony's IP sensor, and then storage. Okay, so you tell about this about your smartphone, and I call these things as the configuration, right? I call these things as the configuration. So in the examination, sometimes they will not ask you what is this reaction, what is oxygen Q, what does cyanide react with. They want to ask like this. They will ask, establish the configuration of fructose. Okay. So the first important point that you are going to write for this is the first reaction. What is that? In the presence of nitric acid. Note that if you use concentrated nitric acid, it gives rise to glycolic acid plus tartaric acid. Then, this is the first thing. Second thing is that they are made to react with thiocarbazole. What is it? I'll explain it by means of a reaction. The formula for this is C6H5NH2. Okay. If you remember NH2, I'll give a special mention to this NH2. It is called as a hydrazine, and it is used as a rocket fuel. Right? So just one hydrogen is removed, and in the presence of one hydrogen, you are adding C6H5, and then you call it as the semi-thiocarbazine. So from hydrazine to semi-thiocarbazine, you are just writing it as an aromatic compound. What does this aromatic compound do? This aromatic compound reacts with the keto group present there, and the long chain atom is unaffected, the long chain. I'll write the structure of fructose and explain how it happens. Here it is. You have got the structure of CH2OH. Here you have suitable bond here, and let's CH2OH 3 times, and then I'll write CH2. Okay. The vulnerable groups here is vulnerable means reactive part is this one and this one. Now you put C6H5, NH, and H2. What happens here is we get you see this CHOH 3 times and CH2. So on treatment with semi-thiocarbazide, it gives rise to CH double bond NH, CH double NH. Actually, it should be like this. CH double. Where is it? Getting the eraser. CH double bond N. Okay, C double bond NH and C double bond NH. You just check the valency. C double bond N. Here I have to remove this hydrogen. What is happening there? I'll just explain. This oxygen atom reacts with this hydrogen atom. Okay, minus H2O. When you have that minus H2O, C double bond, C double bond, N, okay, NH, NH, C6H5, C6H5. Same thing is happening with this one also. This is two molecules. You have CH2, this hydrogen and this oxygen go, and then you have CHN, NH, C6H5. Same thing, just you have to remove one more hydrogen, CH2. This hydrogen. Okay. So you have to understand. When you write the reaction, you'll understand it. Just find out what is the product of reaction with semicarbazole, thiosemicarbazole. It is called as the osazone. How is osazone prepared? Or what is the reaction of phenylhydrazine? What is the reaction of? So I'll just phenylhydrazine gives rise to osazone. Okay, that is the reaction. So this reaction is indicative of the fact that glucose reacts with phenylhydrazine and breaks down to osazone. Osazone is an important structure, and therefore this suggests the formation of keto group at the. Are you hearing that? Internet connection is going. Okay, so this is the established structure of the glucose. So I stop with this. If you have any doubts, you can just ask me. Again, I will stress what we have seen today. We have seen how configuration of glucose is different from that of the fructose. Glucose is called as aldehyde sugar. Fructose is called as keto sugar. Main difference. Second main difference is glucose gives rise to sorbitol and this gives to mannitol, but it breaks down in the presence of nitric acid into glycolic acid and tartaric acid. A very important point. Whatever you forget, don't forget this one. Okay, glycolic acid. Okay. If you have any doubts, you can please ask me in the comment section. I'll stop this sharing here because it is only for half an hour. Therefore, I'm stopping this video. Please return to meeting. Yes, stop share. So I'm here. So it's very good to see a large number of students there. Tomorrow you will see the confirmation of glucose. Okay, so I'll end here. Thanks for listening.